In this video, we're going to take a look at The Duke, a composition by Dave Brubeck. Hey, it's Paul Tobey here from Jazzmentl.com. Thanks for joining me for another one of my tutorials. Dave Brubeck was known as a jazz composer. Yeah, he did great solos, but mainly his compositions like Take 5, Blue Rondo a la Turk, Unsquare Dance, and even this one, The Duke, were definite lessons in composition. And that's really the focus of this tutorial, to take a look at that composition and learn how to play it on the piano. Now, the interesting thing about it is the combination of block chords and left hand movement. It's pretty straight ahead swing. In fact, in the recordings, if you just search on YouTube for one of the recordings, you can hear that the drummer's just keeping time. It's not really doing a lot of intricate things, not catching a lot of the shots. Some of the things that we're going to do in this tutorial is just really focus on how the interplay of the right hand and the left hand get through the intricate composition. The right hand is a lot of time playing block chords. There's some grace notes in there. Again, it's pretty straight ahead swing, and the left hand is really doing a bass line and different types of bass lines. So putting those two together is a great exercise for you if you're looking for something challenging to do. I would say it's pretty intermediate, but maybe a little bit more than that, but certainly challenging for you. And in this video, we're going to take a look at the composition, go through it bar by bar, show you some of the ways to play it, some of the fingerings, and some of the rhythms. And that's what's really cool about this tutorial is I don't think a lot of people cover Dave Brubeck's compositions, and I think that's what we want to do here. So just remember, before I move to the other room and start going through the tutorial, if you like the video, just give it a thumbs up. That would be awesome. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, just hit the little bell when you do, and we'll notify you of all the upcoming tutorials that we're making. All right, let's go to the other room, get to the keyboard, and we'll go through it bar by bar. So the thing about the Duke is its rhythm. The chords are fairly simple. There's block chords, but the rhythm is the thing that really challenges most players. So even as an exercise, it's a great thing to learn because it can help you with your swing rhythms. Let's take a look at the first couple of bars. You can see these block chords in the right hand, just triads. Now, there are some grace notes. For example, here, right there, you've got this grace note, which is the D sharp heading into the E natural, and then down here you've got the A sharp heading into the B natural. Now, in terms of rhythm, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, da da, do da ba da. Now that quarter note triplet pattern is not that easy to play with the bass line, and that's the part that you're going to have to pay attention to. So let's just do the bass line. You've got this 2/8 notes of the triplet chord right off the bat, just like that. 1 triplet 1, 1 triplet 1, like that. And then just coming up this bass line. And putting the two hands together is a little bit tricky, so I would suggest doing it really slowly. Just that first bar. Now, in terms of fingering in the right hand, I think 1, 3, and 5, just sliding off 1, 3, and 5. And then the grace note is the second finger. And then this one, when you get to here, it's 1, 2, and 4 in terms of fingering. And the same for this E minor chord here, 4, 2, and 1. Everything else is 5, 3, and 1. And again, you're going to have to practice that a few times, but just getting that under your fingers is a great rhythm exercise, especially for swing. And then the left hand continues. So it's instead of the triplets, it's just eighth notes. 1, 2, 2. That's a little tricky to get your hands around that. It's basically 5 and second finger to third finger. So this is second finger and this is third finger. Just slide the 2 into 3. You could slide it just with the second finger if you wanted to, just slide off the note. I prefer 2 and 3. And you can see how this bass line can really be tricky. From the beginning. That's tricky. I think the reason is it's just a long way to reach. Might be easier to slide the second finger into the second finger instead of trying to go 2 and 3, because then you got to stretch to 3 and 5. And it just continues on those patterns. So there's nothing overly tricky about it. It's just trying to fit the two hands together. It's going to take a little bit. And then when we get to the E flat major 7, this is neat, where the second finger goes to the first finger, goes to the second finger. So from the bottom fingers here, it's like 2, 1, 2. Okay, one more time. And then let's move down the page a little bit, and then we'll start from the C minor 7. Yeah, that's a section you're going to have to work a little bit, so slower. I think the thing that makes that section tricky is jumping up in the bass notes up here. So you're going from way down to the B flat and then getting up to the A flat major 7 chord. And then it just repeats. And I also would like to take a look at the next section, which is a repeat of the A section. So you're just playing 2 A's, but it has a different ending. So this is the first time ending, and then there is a second time ending, which I'll show you in a second as we scroll down the page. So this is the second time ending right here. So instead of just going to the G, it goes to the C major 7th chord. So this. Now I put a graze note in there. You don't need to do that. But the chords you have to get right. So D7 to the tritone substitution of G flat, which is D flat 7, and then C major 7. And then we're on into the bridge. So the thing about the bridge is you've got these huge chords that are going to need to be rolled. You can see the roll there because they're really hard to reach. The first one's not so bad. You can probably play that one as blocked, but you can roll it as well. And then everything is quarter note triplets. Let me just scroll down a little bit here. It's a good idea to have the pedal down when you're doing this. There's a neat chord. I think this is a B natural actually. This one right here, I'll make that change in the sheet music. So from the F major 7 chord again. Don't worry if you can't catch all of these notes, like for example, these whole chords. If you can only catch the bottom one, it's not going to make that big a difference, especially when the bass player and the drummer are playing. And I do have a backing track for this that I'm going to put a link to shortly. And then some 2/5s. Those are actually good chord voicings for 2/5s, especially half diminished 7th 2/5s. Nice. Let's go down to the next line. And then this ascending block chord pattern. Almost got it. And then back to the top. And then of course, it just repeats the B section down here, and we're into the solos. Now the solos are the same chord changes in the head. Obviously some of the block chords are not there, and they're interesting changes. I'm not going to spend a lot of time in this video talking about these changes. I'll just play them through a little bit, at least just the first A section. So you've got C major 7, and then F minor 7 to B7. And then it's on into the bridge section. Again, a lot of the block chords are missing, but the main idea is a chord every 2 beats. So that's kind of neat. And back to the last section. So the chord changes aren't that difficult. I would say that they're just a bunch of 2/5s, so maybe good for practicing. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to post a link to a couple of things. The first one is I'm going to play a version of this on the piano with the backing track that I'll post a link to shortly. The reason why I'm not posting it here in this video is because it kind of makes the video a bit too long. So I'll post a link up here to that recording. I haven't actually made it yet, so I have to go and do that. It's going to take a little bit to get it together, bass and drum track, along with recording the head section and then maybe a few choruses of solos. So again, I'm going to post that link when it's ready. So if the link wasn't there when I said it would be there, it's because I haven't actually done it yet. Now I'm going to post a link to the sheet music and the backing track up here in the corner. Go and download that. It's definitely something you should learn. If you're looking for something unique and different to play in your next gig or your next concert, I think it's a good choice. It was suggested by one of the people, I think his name was Alex Spencer, on the Jazz Pianist group in Facebook. And so he wanted me to just explore the Duke, and that's my take on it. I would say rhythmically it's challenging, harmonically not so challenging. There's not a lot of dissonance in this tune. It's a pretty happy tune in a major key and a lot of fun to play. So grab that link, get the sheet music and the backing track, and have a lot of fun with it. If you have any questions about it, you can post them in the comments below. If you're looking for something to do next, I would suggest you go and check out this video.